the 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico over fentanyl trafficking and border security. A court injunction is now putting a stop to all of that. President Trump imposed these tariffs using the International Economic Emergency Powers Act, arguing that trade imbalances, among other things, constituted a national emergency. A 3-judge panel has disagreed with that, ruling that the president exceeded his authority in imposing these tariffs because trade policy is essentially a congressional power. The judges also said that trade imbalances don't pose an unusual or extraordinary threat. This all came about after 5 small U.S. businesses sued the Trump administration over these tariffs. There was a wine importer, a toy manufacturer, a stationery business. They argued in their filing that these tariffs could shut them down, that they weren't about addressing national emergency at all, but to generate revenue. They were represented by the Liberty Justice Center, and Jeffrey Schwab was one of their lawyers. He believes that they will win this case, even on appeal.
Very confident. I think the law is very clear, and what the president asserts is an extremely broad assertion of power. Our oral argument, very skeptical of that assertion of power.
The White House has vowed to fight this ruling, almost guaranteed this case will go all the way to the Supreme Court. Those auto, steel, and aluminum tariffs that affect Canada, that's still in place for now. The Trump White House used a different legal authority for that, not the International Economic Emergency Act. Still, because this ruling sort of takes the wind out of Trump's aggressive trade agenda, one lawyer that we spoke to said it's a win for Canada too.
This is very good news for Canada. Obviously, in the short term, it means that the U.S. has to drop its tariffs within 10 days while this works its way through the courts. How that plays out and what tricks the U.S. administration might try to pull in the meantime, very much up for debate.
And in the statement released by the White House last night after the ruling was announced, a spokesperson said, quote, "It is not for unelected judges to decide how to properly address a national emergency. President Trump pledged to put America first, and the administration is committed to using every lever of executive power to address this crisis and restore American greatness."